I was beginner just like you. Around 100 playtime hours ago, I was rookie, I knew nothing about the game. I really wish I knew those simple tricks that I am gonna tell you in this video, what kind of things are important and what kind of things can be skipped. So this video about those two things only, nothing more. From the beginner perspective, from beginner to beginner. Let's go through the video. The game encourages you exploring your own path and finding your own satisfaction within the game. So don't be overwhelmed by information, embrace the information you're being thrown at and just pick like a cherries, or if you're building something, pick the right material that makes your gaming experience the most, makes your gaming experience the whole. The game has a lot of expansions. If you're not remember, well, I'm gonna tell you straight away. The game has a lot more than 2 expansions. I don't know the number, a lot more than 2. And each expansion offers more than 100 hours of storylines and dungeon quests and cutscenes and so on and so forth. So if you're into lore, expansions will give you that depth. If you're into content exploration and you're doing this for the very first time, you're doing your first run in Final Fantasy XIV, and if you're asking, should I buy the full expansion list for Final Fantasy? No, you don't have to. It will unlock you additional perks in the game, but it's not necessary, it's not needed for you to do that, and you can just stay happy, free trial user up to level, I don't remember, but there's a limitation, but up until you get to that limitation, it will take like several weeks at least for you. And by that time, I'm pretty sure you will understand and you will have a solid decision. Either you want to play this game or it's not for you. In most cases, that's the reason why they're offering a free trial of the game up to a level that you cannot easily get with almost no limitations, because the developers are sure that it's gonna work out, and it's been working out for years as the Final Fantasy community grows and grows, by not by years but by months, by days. I tell you, is it really matter what kind of class you're gonna play? No, not really. You can play any class that you choose. It's really all about aesthetics and what class makes you happy the most. Next we have jobs that you can select. Jobs in Final Fantasy represent classes as they are in other games. So if you're into healing, if you're into fighting with summons, with a two-wielded axe, it's really up to you. Pick what kind of aesthetic pleases you the most. The game will later on offer you ability to change jobs within the game, so you are not tied to one particular profession. There's no main classes that you later on suffer because you chose something, right? You're free to change, migrate. You're not tied to any equipment limitations, any sort of class limitations that cannot be undone. Next, we have the profession selection. So profession is like armor smithing, wood cutting, blacksmithing, right? So those professions are cool, but it's not for you from the very beginning that you need to focus on, like to collect any sort of material, something is very useful or needed, right? Nothing like that. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. If you find something, you can sell it to the vendor, you can sell it to the marketplace. Nothing to worry about. Feel free exploring and feel free selling and exchanging things as you go. Lore. So there's I can tell you that there's like so many quests that you will see, and so many dialogues you will need to read that it will overwhelm you if you are not ready to read a book in a game. And I personally, I'm not, so I just skip the story. And am I suffering through my exploration experience? Nope, not at all. So I don't really focusing on that at all. I'm feeling very satisfied just watching the specific cutscenes and skipping a lot of those. And I'm really into playing rather than sitting and watching cinematic. But I believe there's a certain amount of people who do really look into that point, and it's really cool that there are different variety of people. So just not for everyone, right? Okay, next up we have customizations that you can use. So I have those two options. So basically HUD and settings. So these are kind of similar because those configurations can be done by you in the game. So there's no reason for me to overview those topics. If you feel those topics are necessary for you to investigate and dive into, you can do so. But is this something that you need to know from the very beginning? No, not really. The more of the main story quests you will do, the more of the content you will unlock. Is it mandatory for you to do such quests? No. You're free to do so exploring the game without doing MSQs. However, it will be more difficult if you avoid doing those. In this game, you may notice that skills are not responsive as in other games where you click the button and action straight up happens. This game has some sort of a delay. It's not a lag. It's intentionally made by the game developers back in the day, as I believe it's supposed to be cool. But anyways, now it looks like it is delayed, but it's not. It's the game mechanics. So this is how the game should be played. So this is a unique thing to Final Fantasy, so that you could play and relax, right? Okay. The game offers three roles. I'm pretty sure you are already familiar with those. So tank, healer, DPS. The game offers you a lot of dungeons as you go through the leveling journey. Those dungeons can only be unlocked if you do main story quests. Is there any specific gear or specific requirements for what roles are needed the most in the dungeons? I can tell you that don't worry about it. Play whatever class you feel gives you the most satisfaction, and then just do it the way you like it. There's no thing like certain requirement for you to know or read descriptions before. The game is very supportive, so don't worry about it. You will see a lot of dungeons, a lot of material, so nothing for you to know in advance. All classes are welcome, and yeah, the game has a lot of dungeons. If you don't wish to go to dungeon with a group of players, you can go to dungeon with a group of NPCs. The game even has this feature, so you don't have to interact with people if you don't wish to. How crazy is that? Okay, next we have teleports. Do you know where the game's like, if you want to go from city to city, you need to be at certain waypoint, right, to get to certain area. In Final Fantasy, there's a button, you press the button, you go to certain city, certain location, and it's really easy. There's no reuse. It's a minor cost to teleport. So even from the very early levels, you are free to teleport. There's no limitations, and you should use the system, and you should abuse it to your benefit, as it saves time and gives you pleasure playing the game. As I see personally, it should be the main objective of any game that you're playing, so that the game would give you satisfaction rather than prolong you from having more and more fun. Okay. Mounts, and I'm gonna combine it with flying. So game offers you a lot of mounts. You will get along your leveling journey, you will have a couple of mounts given to you for free. Those mounts will give you ability to fly. However, flying will not be accessible, and you will not be able to fly using your character. This can only be done via mount if you have it, and if you are in an area that you can fly, because that's as well been unlocked through main story quests. So you get the idea that main story quests are kind of important, right? Basically, the PvP content unlocks at level 30. Each and every class in the game has unique to their skills in the PvP areas. You don't need to level up your PvP character. You do not need to have a PvP specific gear. You can level up to level 30, unlock the PvP dungeons via story quests, and you can just go. So for example, what I did, I leveled to level 31 profession, then I thought, I should see what kind of PvP I can do with other profession. I leveled up other profession to level 30, entered PvP zone. I have different skills. Since I have a profession that is minimum required to be level 30 to have everything, so that's it. I played with that profession. That's it. So it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You don't need to think about it too hard. Up until you get level 50, you get level ups every couple of quests. After you get 50, you get level ups each and every day. So from 50 to 90, it's a journey. From 0 to 50, it's adventure. Yeah. Speaking about community, community is a mess. A mess how good it is. It's amazing. Community has its own forums, discords, channels that they discuss the lore, they discuss how great the game is. Community overall is wonderful. This is one of the highlights in the game. Next up we have clans, guilds in the game. Guilds here is called FC, Free Company, as originally once you level up you get to choose, you are being obliged to choose one company as per story quest, but Free Company is your own liking, your own decision, what kind of free company of heroes, your clanmates, your guildmates you are willing to go with and go along with the journey, right? So this is Free Company, so you must not miss it. You do need to go through the content with the company, your clan, and those guys have guild houses, there's custom things, and I'm not gonna go into that, but you need to find a company, you need to play with them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do really like that you guys are commenting on the videos, sharing the videos. If you don't like something, please do leave a comment. It really helps me grow. Subscribing is well appreciated. I'm trying to aim to be a YouTuber, so every little bit of help helps me. So thank you for helping me and watching this video, and see you in the next one.